Welcome, everyone, to 2K's coverage of FIBA basketball. It's a good one. The U.S. going against Canada in a qualifier bout between two North American heavyweights. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. Brent, a lot of talent on the floor tonight.
Oodles of talent and a ton of pride. The U.S. is the dominant team in the world, but Canada would love to pull off this upset during FIBA qualifier.
And Greg, as Brent just said, the winner here tonight can punch their ticket to the next FIBA tournament with a win.
That's the cherry on top. Canada is loaded with talent these days, and they would love nothing more than to shock the world with a win here over the U.S.
You know, Greg, FIBA games, to me, are unique because the heartbeat really comes from the entire roster. It's less star-centric than your average NBA team.
Even with the way the ball moves, reminds me a little of college. You won't see many early shots. Teams really work the ball around to find gaps and flaws before moving for a basket.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Revenge! Alexander coming right back for three of his own.
Embiid in the corner. Pass to G. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. George against McCollum. Over George, and McCollum the bucket on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. Greg, when it comes to officiating, you hear players and coaches say, we just want a consistent whistle. But international play can be an adventure in that regard.
Often, more physicality is tolerated, and you can't expect any star treatment. You've got to play through it, even if the calls don't go your way.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander following the three from G. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Pass to Embiid. USA moving the ball around. And here is DiVincenzo. Here's G. Another three for USA.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
Canada trails by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on DiVincenzo. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. USA leading by 4. When it comes to NBA players born outside the United States, Greg, Canada has the most all time. That caught me by surprise.
Yeah, for a long time we've had some serious Canadian talent in the league, and it feels like with each passing year we get even more great players from north of the border. And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for USA?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
G kicks to Murray. Pass to G. Takes the three. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down. The Canadian national team, Brent, continues to get better and better over the years. You know, we've seen that talent here in FIBA and across the NBA.
Yeah, gone are the days of being able to name one or two Canadian basketball players. We certainly did that with hockey, but this time it is stocked full of NBA caliber talent, three-level scorers, and a team that can really light you up. This team is exciting.
Here's G. He's got 12. From outside the arc, it's Clark with the rebound. Canada trails by 7. McCollum outside. Pass to Clark. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Canada with another miss. USA leading by 7. G passes to Embiid. Here's G. Sinks the triple. G's got 15 points.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And Brent, the one thing about Canada is that they've had the talent over the years, but they haven't always realized their full potential.
I think that's mostly due to the competition, Kevin. FIBA has so many good teams, and it's really tough to go all the way to get the job done and stand on top of that podium. But what I love about watching Canada is that they can beat anyone on any given night, and these young guys believe.
Here's G. 15 points in the game. Three-pointer. Another three for USA.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Hands it from downtown. And that's 18 points for G.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pass to George. Here's G. Launches it. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Nice play, George, creating for others, just manufacturing some points.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Canada. A 12-point game. Well, Brent, the U.S. has never heard for perimeter talent, but they had to find a spot for MP on this team, and it looks like they have.
Well, the skill set MP has is such a perfect fit for this Team USA. He gives them something that can't be matched by anybody else that plays his position. This is such a huge win for the U.S. in getting MP involved with this basketball team.
Now McCollum, after the missed 3 from G. 1:02 left to play in the first. Now McCollum, 5 on the clock, picked off in midair. Here's G. Pass to Barlow. Here's G. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Lyles. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An easy 2 points on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Pass to Barlow. Here's G. Drills it from outside. And USA leads by 13.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot off. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. USA ahead. They lead by 13. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. All right, folks, 1 quarter down, 3 to go. As USA will take on Canada as the FIBA qualifiers continue. In Canada, Barrett's checked in for Clark, and Murray subbed in for McCollum. Pass to Portis. From deep. Buries it from three-point range. 63 points for G.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Olynyk sets a screen for Murray. Canada with another miss. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
G, no good. And it's Canada's ball. In the corner, Barrett with it. And it's off from three-point range. So it's USA now. Here's G. Pass to White. Here's G. Olynyk is covering. 6 on the shot clock. And White kicks to G. White dishes to G. There's the three. And out of bounds, Canada will have it. Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Canada also changing it up. Clark, he's checked in for Olynyk. And McCollum subbed in for Jamal Murray. And it's Canada's ball. Nembhard with it. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
G kicks to White. Pass to G. Here's the three. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nembhard finds McCollum. Down low. Fades back. And Embiid with the block. Here's G. Pass to White. Here's G. Fires the three. Out to White. Here's G. Buries the long-range jumper. G's got 6 in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for USA.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second-chance opportunities.
USA moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And a fast break now for Canada. And here they go. And the basket by McCollum.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's G. And they get it back. Lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Barrett. And Barrett has got the ball here for Canada. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
Pass to Monk. Here's G. No good from outside.
Watch outside.
Now Nembhard. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Nembhard. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 35.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Clark, the pass to McCollum. 5 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander. A second chance effort. Good D by Embiid.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's G. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And the foul called on G. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. Substitution on the court.
Nine seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. So no problem for USA as they get the win.
And you always knew that the U.S. was going to be a tough matchup, but give them credit. They came out and were relentless, and they've secured their spot in the FIBA tournament.
Oh, Bray, you got to applaud the effort of both sides, but the depth and talent on this USA team is hard to compete with.
And truly, that's the big difference here. The U.S. has the superstars at the top of the roster, but there's little to no drop-off as they get to their bench. It's very hard to compete with that depth of talent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching our 2K Sports broadcast. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.